this is an open room. This looks a little dangerous. I think what I need to do is hit one of these distraction crows, or we're not going to get very deep into here before we get destroyed. See if I can get something out of that. Come on. So far, nothing. One down. Okay, so this guy's gonna come back across this room. I need to be hiding here. Two down. What is this? Something to observe. Trials were held in this room, apparently. And a judge's diary. Ah, it's the last of the trial history. February 4th, 1693. The witches are all released, and Governor Phipps will not permit further prosecution. Yet, it is this girl I fear most. I did threaten her with pressing, and with glee she did tell me of the tortures of her own father, who pressed and ducked her unto drowning. Would she not accuse his enemies? So I am not the first man to use this creature, and she is not afeard of my rebukes. Those who see the spirits of unnatural worlds are as conjurers to her, and she will not be dissuaded in her pursuit of them. She must be destroyed by any available measure of the law. Okay, so she is saying that any spirits she sees of, any people that can see spirits of unnatural worlds are conjurers to her. You know, it half makes me wonder if she's the killer. Like, she's possessing people. What a twist, Mr. M. Night Shyamalan. Colonial Parlor Plaque. The parlor of the judge's house, what we would call the living room, was one of the more spacious indoor areas available for holding trials. The witch trials were sometimes held here, and sometimes in another public building, such as a tavern. I suppose it's kind of reaching to say that maybe she's the one who did it, but, you know, it's a possible line of thought. What is this other guy gonna do? He's gonna keep going that way? Back through the wall. Where are you at? That way. Gotcha. And I would say that is all of them. Okay, now that we have peace and quiet, let's go and check back over here and make sure we didn't miss anything important. Already warped through there. That's back to the kitchen area. Nothing going on in here. Pretty sure we cleaned out this area. Looks like. What do we have over here? Anything? Have a very, very large vase with a very tiny looking candle thing in there. Some kind of oil lamp. Aha, something to warp through. What do we have here? Pondering the proposal. What stopped me from saying yes to Ronan? Maybe it's marriage in general. I always thought I'd be an independent woman in this world. I may not have processed this possibility enough, but I can't let him go. Can't. Well, we're almost to the end of Julie's thoughts. Will the rest of her thoughts be in here? I don't know. But it certainly seems like we've learned a lot about what she was thinking. This is the parlor area. Can we go through here? Yeah. Distraction bird, and we're back in the other room. What is over here? Can I go through this wall? No. You gotta check. You never know. This has certainly been one of the more difficult places to deal with the demons. And I am enjoying that. I think it's more the small space than anything else that's making it more difficult to deal with the demons. And possibly the fact that there's just larger numbers of them. I wish there was more numbers of them throughout the entire game. I think that would have been quite nice if there was. Okay, this was just where thoughts was. I'm just warping too far and it's disorienting a bit. There's nothing in here. This is the room we were in a moment ago and walked through. Does this door anything? No. And then we came into here, found some stuff, I believe. Yeah, it was in here-ish. This is a pretty big place. Salem Historical Society, this way to the wine cellar and holding cells. Sign indicating cellar holding cells. Okay. Anything else? No. Yoo-hoo! Anyone home? Baxter's
oh my God,
dead.
Baxter? I should have been the one that stopped you.
It's not him, you idiot.
Ronan? What the hell is going on?
You sick bastard. Why'd you do it?
Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Why'd you bring back the witch trials and kill all those innocent girls?
You think I'm the Bell Killer? Are you insane? I've never killed anyone. You gotta help me. What is this place? We gotta get out of here.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. All of a sudden, we're buds. You need to tell me what's going on here.
I think it's pretty fucking obvious. The Bell Killer killed him, you idiot. What were you doing here? Probably investigating the murder.
What were you doing here?
Following a lead. I never dropped the case. Had this psychic, Cassandra, working with me. And we figured out the Bell Killer is hunting mediums, like a witch trial execution copycat. At that point, we couldn't let it go, even after Rex demoted me.
So that's why you're at the museum.
So, where's Cassandra at?
Do you know where Cassandra is? Is she still alive?
Last I checked, yeah. I took her to a safe house outside of town.
Oh my God, she's alive. I was sure she'd be dead too. Joy would be freaking ecstatic. She shouldn't end up alone.
Do you happen to know Joy?
Cassandra ever bring up her daughter?
Wouldn't shut up about her. We looked for Joy for days, but it was too risky. Cassandra has been begging me to track Joy down, but I haven't found her yet.
You're not gonna believe this. Joy's been helping me tonight.
Figures a cop like you would need help to get this far.
You mean like what? The help you got from her mom?
Ha. And finally, who killed you, as if it weren't obvious.
So, who killed you?
The Bell Killer, you idiot. But I didn't get a good look at his face.
Do you know where the killer is?
Where's the killer?
No idea. He could be anywhere, but when we fought, he said something I didn't understand at all.
Wait. The killer actually talked?
Not much, but I think I hit a nerve. I told that bastard he'd be dead soon, but he said, I already know death. And then something about his instrument of death will kill again tonight.
My instrument of death? But he kills different ways every time. I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither.
We gotta figure out what that means.
He's a ghost.
All right, you get back to Cassandra. Make sure she's still safe and bring her back to the station.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna quickly check out the cellar and come up with a plan. I hope.
You guys are lame detectives. Alright. The killer is planning another murder tonight with his instrument of death, which is probably a body that he's possessed. Our next one is... The Bell Killer murdered Baxter in the Judgment House cellar. Just like I thought probably happened. Baxter knew Joy this entire time, and he was trying to find her and make sure she was safe. And finally, Baxter moved Cassandra to a safe house outside of town when the Bell Killer threat against her became real. I mean, if he was the Bell Killer, she would have been dead immediately because they were working together. Is that not obvious enough? Come on. This guy is a fucking moron sometimes. My vote is still on the little witch girl. I think the witch girl is the one who's doing it. And perhaps she's doing it because she was accused of being a witch by her father, and it set her off the deep end, so now she's just going after anyone who she thinks is a witch. I don't know. This looks like this might be the last plaque of the game. Yep. Colonial cellar plaque. The cellar in the home of a judge was often the temporary jail for prisoners awaiting trial. This custom was certainly in practice here, where witch trial suspects were held awaiting the judgment of Judge Hawthorne. Long-term holding facilities were unnecessary in these cases, as the penalty for witchcraft under English law was always death. That is a massive-looking dumpster-like thing here. Is this a broiler, or what is this thing? I can't quite tell. Anyway, still looking for some books around here. Search the cellar for unexplored areas, huh? Well, that's nice, but I'm still kind of looking for booky things, because we've got quite a few of those left to go. Let's see here. It's this. We only need 3, it looks like, at this point. Still, need 3. Oh, Baxter, someone plucked your eye right out of your skull. I liked how they actually had his eye kind of moving even though it was an empty socket. Hello. Something going on down here. Is it more books? I don't know.
What the hell happened down here?
Looks like clues to find. Is that a book right there? That is not a book, that's a bell. Who drew this? Symbol in the cell. The Bell Killer symbol was once drawn in the cell, but by whom? Ah, there she is. What was Abigail doing here? Well, she was pleading and imprisoned, I'm guessing.
You stood for justice. How is this just?
Okay. And I could be blaming her for all the wrong reasons. It could be this judge here, but I don't know. What's he doing? He's accusing, judging, and he's probably stern.
claim righteousness, but you know your guilt and cannot deny your punishment is due.
Righteous man. The angry man points in the cell and claims to his accused that punishment is due. Abigail was held prisoner and thought this punishment was unjust. Well, I think I might be accusing Abigail for all the wrong reasons. Maybe she's just writing all of these notes down as tortures that were happening, and she was doing her own investigation. I don't know. No idea. Looks like a cage of some sort. Prisoner inside a prison. Why would you need to cage someone who is already locked in a tiny cell? Claustrophobia, buddy. That would really suck. It looks like I can go through that wall. We'll check that out in a minute. No rest for the wicked. Prison bed. That looks even less comfortable than the beds I had in prison. Yes, it does. Alright. Let's... Ooh. What was that? Was there... That almost looked like there was a drawing on the wall here. I was like, I don't have to look for drawings anymore, but there might be a drawing right here. Alright, is there anything else that I'm missing? Aha, what is this? Candles. Extinguished light. I bet these did almost nothing to combat the darkness down here. And we need one more clue to finish out the set. The manacles, maybe? Aha. Bound. It's the only thing that looked even halfway like a clue. Makes it feel more like a dungeon than a prison. Alright. Let's find out an answer to what happened down here. So we need 3 things. 1, imprisoned Abigail, I'm guessing. 2, the righteous man. And 3, the bell symbol. Ah, that was an easy one.
You claim righteousness, but you know your guilt and cannot deny your punishment is due.
I thought you stood for justice. How is this just?
The courts are not a place for your murderous whimsy. You are a corrupt heathen. The families of those innocent souls you executed through false accusation of witchcraft will exact their righteous justice tonight.
False accusation?
What is that nonsense you draw?
My mark will burn like a brand on the flesh of this town. If it takes me to the ends of eternity, I will personally make the bell toll for every witch in Salem.
Why? The guy who killed me is... Abigail. She might be the bell killer. How is that possible? I gotta get out of here and figure out how to track her down.
Fucking called it! Abigail is the bell killer? But how could she be? Because she told you that people have the ability to use different powers, and I'm guessing her power was to execute people because she executed people in life, apparently. Now there is something to walk through right here. Aha. So I need 2 more books. I'm guessing this was the last book here. There's a skeleton in here. Which means I have passed up 2 books along the way somewhere. Because we are at the end of the rope here. Where those books might be, I do not know. If I don't find them easily on the way back, I'll probably off-camera search for them. But obviously, there's something along the passage back from where we came from.